John, this suspect reportedly does have a history of depression, but last pregnancy was 6 or 7 years ago, right?
Yeah, she does. She has a long history of mental illness, and I'll run down some of the points for you, Drew.
Okay.
And then we got to get into some of the discrepancies in the police report. But her mom says her daughter was diagnosed with PTSD decades ago, and that the PTSD was triggered by abuse that she endured as a young girl. Then in 2010, when she became pregnant with Grace, she says her boyfriend broke up with her, and when she refused to terminate the pregnancy, that ushered in a new bout of depression and mood swings. Then she spiraled into deeper depression after the little girl was born. She went on antidepressants. We're also learning when Grace was 10 months old, she suffered some type of head injury, and the mom was reportedly arrested on a child neglect charge then, but the charges were later dropped. And according to the mother, when this recent fire happened, her daughter was taking only herbal supplements to treat her depression.
Interesting. So, Tamo, what do you think? So she has long-standing depression, she has PTSD. Is that sufficient to trigger a dissociative state where she walks out of a fire, doesn't really understand what's going on?
I think it could. It depends on the severity. We know that herbal anything does not treat post-traumatic stress disorder or depression. And so having it untreated for years, and what we're looking at is probably complex trauma where there wasn't one thing, but multiple things.
And those people can really be out of it, guys. They can be, postpartum depression certainly can be as well, but postpartum depression is 1 year after delivery. So the child being 6, no, sorry. Right. But let's say that she does have significant psychiatric issues. Will that affect the legal liability? In other words, her ability to determine right from wrong.
Yeah,
but maybe she's out of it, doesn't know where she is, but still can say, oh, I know murder's wrong.
But here's the thing. In Florida, they have a subjective standard, not how any mother would act in this situation, but how she acted, and given her mental illness and this, PTSD that she suffered from, I thought, you know what, she has a pretty good defense in her reaction to this situation.
But wait a minute.
But where she lost me is her post-offense conduct, where she is in, she runs into the neighbor and has the cognitive ability to say, no, my house is not on fire.
No fire.
And the smoke is
and John, am I getting this right, that she then told her own mother that her child, the little girl, was dead?
Absolutely. She tells her mom the child's dead when she doesn't even, in fact, know that. And the police report is very clear that she's wandering around in the hallway, and it is the neighbor who says, hey, it looks like there's smoke coming out of your apartment. She says there's no smoke, but she doesn't even go back into the apartment, according to the police records. She leaves the building and leaves it to this witness, the neighbor, to actually go in and rescue the young girl and discover what was going on. And we should also point out, her mother defended her in the beginning. It's just now that her mom is coming and saying she had all of these mental disorders.
And also, right after she walks away from the fire, she catches a ride. She happens to have the cognitive ability to know where her friend lives 30 minutes away.
30 minutes away, too.
I think the bizarre behavior actually supports the mental illness.
Yeah, it does. It does. And it really, what it makes her is an unfit parent.